7 o'clock. It's secured, the pockets, please, secured in the pockets. The move, live right now, please.
You are unmuted.
All rise.
All right, Jim, I need just a minute with the computer, please. Okay, thank you.
Back on the record on the Karen Reed matter.
Okay, so good afternoon, Council. Good afternoon, Ms. Gilman. I appreciate you being here. Before we see this video, just briefly, I just want to say that there were really only 2 motions that I'm comfortable with deciding by the 2 o'clock call here. Commonwealth's motion in limine of intent to obtain Corey. I don't know if I already allowed that, but that's allowed. And the Commonwealth's motion in limine, Jim, I think this is 317. Commonwealth's motion in limine to prohibit reference to any federal investigations conducted by the U.S. Attorney's Office or FBI. So that will come into evidence the way that it typically does here in Massachusetts. You can question as to a date where the statement was made under oath, and we can discuss it as it gets closer in more detail. So the other motions are under advisement. We'll talk about that when we come back to sort of housekeeping matters at the end of the day. So do you have that video all pulled up, Mr. Lally, for me to see?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, for the record, it's a little bit lengthy as far as the entirety of the video. The portion that I would be submitting to the court is from 7 minutes and 4 seconds until 9 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay. Can we, thank you.
So we locked up the house, the back door, we just did the knock lock.
Okay, can you explain to me what the process is right now?
Absolutely. So you're gonna be booked just like last time. Go through the same process. It's gonna be a little less time consuming because we're not gonna do major case prints because we did those last time. Once you're booked and you go through this portion of it, we'll let you make a phone call just like last time. We'll make a phone call. Your parents will be able to bring you whatever other additional needs, things that you need.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow morning, you'll go and be arraigned at Norfolk Superior Court on the charges that were. I'm sure you'll go over the charges again with you on the warrant.
But I'm on bail, so how can I be spending the night here again?
All right, so I'll explain that portion to you, as long as it's not going to interfere with you. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Ram to.
Okay. So Initially, your arrest was on probable cause out of the district court, okay? So the charges that you were arrested on initially were out of district court, out of Stoughton District. That's where the arraignment was district level charges. Today, grand jury indicted you on these charges, which is second-degree murder, vehicular homicide, and leaving the scene of a death, okay? So those are the charges that grand jury indicted you on. So now you're being charged and will be arraigned in Superior Court, Norfolk County Superior Court in death, okay?
So bail doesn't apply anymore?
Typically, I'm not, so we don't set the bail. But typically, once murder comes into play, people don't get bailed out.
So it's not manslaughter anymore, is that the difference?
That's correct. It's a higher degree of taking a life. Okay, so that's the charges that you're being charged with now. And you were indicted by grand jury.
Okay, you're aware he was beaten up by Brian O'Connell Albert. I mean, we're all in on the same joke, right? My taillight was cracked and John was pulverized.
Okay, you need to abide by the rights that were afforded to you, okay? So you can talk if you want. If you want to tell us what happened, that's fine, we'll listen, but you were ready to do your rights, okay? And I'm sure he's gonna do it again. All right, if you want to talk to us, you want to give us a story, definitely. We'll take it.
No, I don't, I mean, I know you already know the story, so I don't need to.
All right. How long is the entire tape?
So that is Trooper Pai, who was the arresting officer from the barracks. So it goes, I believe, at least 90 minutes or so.
All right. Do you have the entire, we're not playing it now, but do you have the entire video? All right. I would like it marked for identification.
Sure.
I'd also like a copy of it so I can view the whole entire thing, put it all in context. I never like to see just sections.
Sure.
Can I get that for the weekend as well?
Oh, absolutely. And for the record, as far as I think a lot of that sort of preliminary stuff was more meant as context for the court. You know, there's certain discussions about court procedure and things that I don't think should be put in front of the jury.
All right. So that was my concern as well. Okay. So it's something I'll watch a few times and the whole thing as well. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Name for identification. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so housekeeping matters. A few things that I still need, as you know, before we have the jury here on Tuesday. I need a statement of the case. I know you have a short statement of the case in your proposed supplemental questionnaire. I think it needs to be more than that. So before you leave today, I'd like you all to agree on a joint statement of the case. I need witness lists. If the witnesses are going to be called, I have to read their names, as you know, to the jury on Tuesday morning. Once we get a jury, and I know none of us knows how long that might take, how long will it take to put in the Commonwealth's case? You can tell me with DNA and without DNA.
So with that piece of DNA, I don't think that's going to
piece.
add much more than you know, an hour or two at the most. But best guess, given the schedule as outlined previously by the court, I'd say probably at least 4 weeks. My hope is there are some witnesses on the Commonwealth's witness list who are essentially testifying just in regard to administrative things, as far as, you know, work in an establishment. This is a true and accurate copy of surveillance video from said establishment.
Have you had preliminary discussions about whether there would be stipulations to authenticity like that?
No, but I plan to before Tuesday.
Okay. And you'll do that, Ms. Giannetti? You'll have these conversations before Tuesday?
I'm completely open to that.
Okay. So with the Commonwealth's case going 4 weeks, how long does the defense think their case will go?
With the schedule that the court has outlined, we're estimating about 2 weeks, Judge.
Okay. All right. I need to tell the jurors how long it will take. So if you say 6 weeks, I'm going to tell them 7, which will make it longer for us to get a jury. But
Right, understood. And then there's also the X factor of how long it takes to get a jury. Right.
oh, exactly. No, I'm going to tell them once we get a jury, it will be 7 weeks, give or take.
And just while we're on this subject, Your Honor, does the court have any idea in terms of the availability of jurors every day of the week while
We
we're
don't have jurors on Fridays.
no jurors on Fridays?
No, and it gets progressively lower as the
Okay.
week goes on. But we've got jurors, once we start, the trial that is impaneling has priority over all other trials. So once we start, and I expect that we'll start on Tuesday, we'll do that. So there's a couple of things about the voir dire of the jurors. So we will do the voir dire, the individual voir dire of jurors over here at sidebar. And only one lawyer from each side is permitted to ask the questions of the jurors. I think I'd probably be able to give you 5 minutes or so for each witness, no more. And I'd like to talk to you all at sidebar now about your joint proposal of the questionnaire. This is something that is not public. It won't be made public until after it's decided upon and after it is presented to the jurors and they've filled it out. So a blank copy will be available then pursuant to what the law is. So why don't I see counsel at sidebar? Excuse me? Yes, thank you. All right, so is that everything regarding housekeeping, logistics, things like that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so we'll see you on Tuesday morning. All right, just so we're clear, there's nothing else logistically or jury impanelment, right? We're good?
I believe so, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you. So we'll see everybody Tuesday morning. So I need to see. Is there a Zoom off?
Goodbye.
Galoshes. Come on, you guys have never had.
I couldn't really tell if like we're supposed to. I mean, yeah, we can do the rearranging part of it. Oh, yeah, so that's why I want to break it up on conversation, because it's basically it's John McKee's phone, Karen Reed's phone, Jennifer McKee's phone, Billy Roberts. Then there's the self-extraction. So then, yeah.